Hello everyone, Silent here. Welcome back to another tutorial. In this one I will be showing you a super easy to build, cheap and also bone meal efficient flower farm that works on every single platform, console editions, Java, and also Bedrock, better together, whatever you want to call it. So a little bit of a demonstration here. We're going to throw 32 bone meal into this dispenser right here. That's just a manual way of showing you what you get from 32 bone meal. There's a automatic bone meal input right there. So let's turn it on. There's a little bit of glitchiness from the blocks. That's just from console edition being how it is. So there's a few main reasons why you would want to build this. Firstly, it is bone meal efficient. So whenever you bone meal a piece of grass, it has an area of effect of a 7x7. So you bone meal it, you'll get grass and flowers and whatever in a 7x7 area. And that's what we are bone mealing here. Also, it bone meals every activation. So you push the blocks that way, it gets bone mealed, and then you push the blocks that way, and it gets bone mealed. And as you can tell there, we're just burning through 32 bone meal, and we're going to see how much we got from that. It should be a pretty large amount. So yeah, we got about a stack of flowers and like 47 seeds. Not too bad. That's from half a stack of bone meal in a desert biome. Build this in a flower forest, you would get much, much more. Okay, that was the demonstration. Now, before we get to the tutorial, location is absolutely key for where you build your flower farm. If you want like light blue dye or something, you're going to want to go build it in a swamp. And if you want pretty much any other type of dye, then you're going to want to make this in a flower forest. Flower forests are pretty easy to find, and they're usually pretty large as well. Usually not this hilly either. So the thing about flower forests is that whatever types of flowers are there when the world generates is the types of flowers that it will get when you bone meal it. So like this area will always ever get white, orange, pink, red, tulips, and also some azure blue. So that's a pretty good range of colors right there. But basically, whatever color of dye you want to go around, find the flower that makes that kind of dye, and then make your flower farm there. Now that you have your location, it's time to dig out a bit of a hole. So you need to dig 2 blocks down if you want your bone mealed grass to be at the surface level. You also want to make this 12 blocks wide and 10 blocks long. This is also going to be the front right here. One last thing, you want to place a dispenser at that level there. And these are necessary blocks. That's where most of your circuitry is going to be going for powering your pistons. Now, the materials that you would need for this build is actually pretty cheap. You're going to need some building blocks, a dispenser, some dirt, a lever, 6 hoppers, 14 pistons, 16 redstone torches, about half a stack of redstone dust, probably a little bit less, I didn't count, 2 repeaters, 2 comparators, a non-stackable item of any kind, also a chest, and 7 stairs. Alright, time for the tutorial. So before we do get building, if you are on Better Together, please wait until the end. I'm going to show you how to convert a couple small things with the activation of the pistons for it to work and Better Together, but that's really all you got to change. So I also made one little mistake. Your dispenser needs to go 1 to the right of what I showed earlier. Otherwise, let's get started. You're going to want 2 redstone to the left of your dispenser, 3 going this way, and then a repeater going into that. On the right side, you want 3 redstone, another 3 redstone, and then a repeater going that way. And then over here on these line of 8 blocks, you want 7 redstone torches on the front, and then dust all along the top of all of those blocks. You also want to do that thing, you also want to do that on the other side as well, and just redstone dust on top of all of those. Now you want to get your pistons and place them right there on top of your redstone torches. They will extend, and then you place in a 7x7 of grass. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. There should be a 1 block gap left, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and then you simply just fill this in. All right, that's about actually 80% of your farm done. Now what you actually need to do is remove this line of dirt so that you can place in these pistons. You want to place in 7 pistons, 1 above each of those redstone torches right there. And then we will replace that line of dirt again once we get our activation circuit in. So you want to place a line of blocks all along the back here, and then you want a floaty block on each end. So kind of like that, place a redstone torch right there. That'll deactivate all of your pistons. And then you want to do that on the other side as well. So floaty block and then redstone torch. That'll deactivate all your pistons. And you can come in here and place back your 7 grass. Now what you need to do is get some comparators and some redstone dust as well. So 2 redstone dust and then a comparator going in there. and then also another comparator right here, and then 2 more redstone dust. Now what you need is a couple of hoppers. So you want to place a hopper there, crouch, place a hopper into the side of that one, break the original one, crouch, and place a hopper going into the back of the side, into the back of that one. If they're connected like that, and then you did it right. Now what you need to do is get yourself a lever, place it right there, flick that on, and we need a non-stackable item. I'm just going to get a Elytra because I'm in creative yellow, right? So if you unflick that, you should get these blocks pushing back and forth, and it looks like it's doing that. Again, the invisibility, it's a problem. How about a better demonstration? I just removed a redstone dust right there on either side so that only the front pistons activate. And if you do that, you can see there's still a little bit of invisibility, but they do push back and forth just fine. So the last thing to do now is to do the bone meal circuit, which all you need to do for that is remove a couple blocks, and you do need a dropper in the materials list. I am such a derp, I swear. That needs to be facing upwards, and then you also need a dispenser on top of that, and that is going to put all of your bone meal for your grass up there. And then you need 3 hoppers going into that, 1 more right there, and then this part is up to you. Either have your chest down there, which you probably don't want, so you're going to want another hopper right there, and then just a double chest. Toss all your bone meal into that, and then you are good. All right, finishing touches now. All you need to do is put some blocks above these pistons here, and this is just going to keep your flowers from flying all out of your farm, because they do go flying otherwise. And you're also going to want some transparent blocks above these grass blocks here, just something that doesn't kill the dirt. On console, that is stairs. It might be different on your platform. Not sure if they're that consistent across platforms. Anyway, that is your little ring right there. And then as for a tester, you just flick that lever, and as you can see, this thing is super efficient. Like, our inventory is going to get completely filled up once we go into there. Let's turn that off actually. So yeah, look at the hotbar. Just a ton of stuff in here. You're gonna get so much dye from this farm. All right, let's convert this farm over to Better Together. So the main changes to this is to the activation circuit. We also have to slow it down quite a bit for it to be consistent, but it's still basically the same farm. You still get the same rates per bone meal and stuff. Still very efficient, just much slower because it doesn't work if it goes fast. Anyway, so our clock here is made of 6 hoppers going around in a circle like that. You don't need a non-stackable item in there, and then that just goes and powers our pistons. There are no redstone torches underneath our pistons because the redstone directly powers it. You can see it on that side as well, which is pretty nice. And then these are on 1 tick, these are on 3 on both sides. You can see that here. And then the last thing that changed was our activation, or sorry, our bone meal line just goes directly into our dispenser instead of in a dropper below it. And that is really all there is to it. All right, here we are in Java. This is the exact version that I showed you how to build over on Xbox, not the converted version. We're going to hit that lever, and as you can see, it works quite fine. It's actually way more efficient on Java, which is always the case. I'm not surprised whatsoever. And as you saw from that 10-second demonstration, we got ourselves a lot of flowers in a desert biome. This thing is amazing on Java. I love it. As for a collection system, all you need to do is basically stand in here if you're on Bedrock or Java. If you're on console, you might want to get some dispensers with water in them and a button to flush the drops to the front. Not the best solutions, but it is very simple and very easy to do. Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for this tutorial of 2 different flower farms for 3 different versions of Minecraft. Hope you guys really did enjoy this video. It took me a long time to put together. Yeah, thank you guys for all of your support. And thank you ever so much for hitting the like button and subscribing, because you had not already. That stuff really does help out the channel a lot. I will see you guys in the comment section and in the next video. And then there was silence.